Welcome to Heartfulness Group Meditation. This meditation will be conducted by Heartfulness Guide Daaji. Please approach this meditation with an attitude of openness to fresh experience. Heartfulness meditation is aided by a very subtle, transformative energy called pranahuti or transmission. Choose a place where you can sit quietly, relax, and meditate without being distracted. Turn off your phone and any other devices that may disturb you. Sit comfortably. You can sit cross-legged or in a chair. You can let your hands rest in your lap, lightly clasped. Let your eyes be closed gently. Let your back be upright, but not rigid. Feel free to change your posture during meditation if you feel uncomfortable. First, relax. Imagine healing energy from the earth entering your body from your toes. Let this energy slowly move upward from your toes, relaxing each part of your body, all the way to the top of your head. Then, slowly move your attention inward to your heart and let it rest there. When Daaji says, "Please start meditation," have the thought that a source of divine light is already present in your heart and is attracting you from within. Gently relax into that feeling. Let it be a very light suggestion, without force or concentration. If you find your awareness drifting to other thoughts, don't fight them, but also don't entertain them. Let them be like clouds passing in the sky. Gently remind yourself that you are meditating on the source of divine light in your heart. Be open and receptive to the transmission that is flowing into you. Allow yourself to become absorbed within. At the end of meditation, Daaji will say, "That's all." After this, try to remain absorbed with your eyes closed for a little while. Observe how you feel. Take the time to immerse yourself in that feeling and let it become part of you. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. You can write your experience in a journal. It will help you develop awareness and observation. Once again, when Daaji says, "Please start meditation," have the thought that the source of divine light is already present in your heart and is attracting you from within. You will cherish this journey into yourself.
Please start meditation. That's all. Bas. Good morning and pranams. This morning I would like to speak on importance of reading our mission and some other related literature. There was a time when my preceptors used to advise not to read other books. But I do understand their concern that if I don't finish mission literature and go on reading other literature, that would not serve my purpose. So it was a good advice that let's finish at least our missions literature and then explore other worthwhile readings, In the Whispers, beloved Babuji, he explains the principles related to repetitions. He says repetitions can be tedious, but they are necessary ones. The human mind is made like that, and it needs repetitions in the process of its own building. Only yesterday I was reading a small article in New York Times where the author, I have forgotten the title and the author's name, but it's all about memory. That when we read something, we tend to lose most of it that we have read within 10 minutes, some within 5 minutes. Very little remains for more than a day in its exact. But if you do repeat it after 5 or 6 hours, you reread it, then most of what has been printed you will be able to recollect and understand. So there is some sort of reinforcement when you repeat things. Children also, when they are learning in their class, the same day if they can repeat it, if they browse through it again, this repetition will ensure that what they have learned remains with them for considerably longer period than just ignore it altogether. After attending a class, you are at home, you don't repeat it, then your entire exercise of learning previously will go waste. So we need to revisit what we have learned. When we read Whispers, another occasion where Babuji says that we keep on repeating ourselves. Humans need these incessant returns to the truths that concern them intensively. These multiple repetitions help shape their victories. So, one area where repetition helps us is in our reading of the mission literature. You keep reading again and again. What happens when we read and reread? Even though we enjoy the subject, we tend to forget. Our memory is reinforced by repetition, and when we repeatedly think about the things we read, we enter into contemplative mode. And sincere contemplation, it creates a thirst for experiences. For example, after a deep meditation like this, which is had that, we read a chapter like My Pain from Vice Real. We get a taste of that restlessness that Babuji is trying to explain to us. One or two lines from the chapter stay within our consciousness, and we keep ruminating over them, and the rumination sets the stage for the next level of experience to descend in our hearts. When we read carefully Truth Eternal, Lalaji Maharaj says, often the spiritual experiences go waste if we do not read right after our puja, meaning after meditation. He advocates very highly to read something, at least a page or a paragraph. If you don't have time to read a page, at least read a paragraph after meditation. Spend some time introspecting, contemplating, and anyway, so my simple suggestion was this idea of Swadhyaya, to study the books and then study yourself. You can also try to explore some fundamental questions, like when Lalaji Maharaj asks in Truth Eternal, and when he's trying to explain the compound nature of a soul, brood over it, what he is really trying to convey by saying that soul is a compound. Means it's a mixture. When Babuji Maharaj says, and he talks about potentiality, what does he mean by this word potentiality? And Lalaji also talks about thinking and movement, or contemplation and expansion. What is he trying to convey to us? When an abhyasi, we all make sincere efforts and offer a prayer to experience a spiritual condition, I think the master has no choice at all but to create that condition in an abhyasi. It should be a sincere search that, yes, I'd like to experience it. Then masters are duty bound to help us experience those conditions. So, dear sisters and brothers, let's compel our masters with our love for learning. And today is a good day also to make such a commitment. Today happens to be Mahasamadhi day of our dearest Mama, Helen Pere, who has been our Babuji's favorite scribe. She has written thousands and thousands and thousands of whispers. She received them and recorded them in a very spectacular anthology of messages throughout, especially her last part of her life, sunset of her life, despite of her conditions. As you all know, she was always wheelchair bound, but never got out her room, even a bedroom. Even to go to a bathroom, she had troubles. And she had no help, mind you. She is a towering inspiration for all of us. I think I should also like to share with you, though she had nothing, but many, many, many years before, sometime in 91 or 92, 1991 or 1992, she bequeathed her properties in the name of the mission. She also parked her savings of hers as well as her husband's savings into certain portfolio, into an investment. And that reached almost $500,000, plus the buildings and other properties. I mean, such a devotion, and just it's difficult to find amongst us. Anyway, so we should make a resolve that yes, let's all also learn with that passion. Prepare ourselves, who knows? One of you can become, with their grace, a medium. Anyway, now we go and approach into a new topic, Gitopadesh, the upcoming July batch. Well, today is already 27th, so you have hardly 4 or 5 days left for registration. I'm very delighted to receive positive feedback from parents, especially from across the world, on Gitopadesh, which was launched in I think last month, May 2021. Children are indeed of such a spiritual journey. They need such spiritual food at a very early age in these modern times for designing their destiny. Instead of getting fed up with all these digital platforms, we can introduce them to such a evolving phenomena, you see. Even if they do not understand what sloka means, but trying to memorize it in Sanskrit slokas will somehow trigger their memory. It will rearrange their brain cells and also develop not just the mind but also the brain. For self-paced learning, tracking students may choose Pragya program, and for trainer-led track means where you are always having a teacher who will teach you all Gita and slokas in their deeper meaning. They are called Vidyarthis. With the registration site now open for July batch, I invite parents and grandparents to avail this opportunity and register your child to Gitopadesh program. Okay. Thank you.
A silent fallout of the pandemic has been a growing mental health crisis.
Whenever we were ill earlier, either in our body or in our mind, we used to have the support of people around us. People would come and help us out and things like that. Unfortunately for us, this new virus which has come in the past 2 years has removed the social support from quite a huge amount of population. We have to stay isolated, we have to be stuck in our houses, and those who also want to help cannot go and give their help in places of need.
A lot of people need support. A lot of people need a voice that cares.
So the Voice That Cares helpline really is an emotional first aid which we are going to give to the people.
The Voice That Cares initiative originated on a suggestion by the National Disaster Management Authority for NGOs to step in and provide psychosocial first aid to support large sections of the population affected by the pandemic.
The team members are qualified counselors with their qualification of PG diploma in counseling or MSc in clinical psychology, and some of them are from a master's in social work.
The Voice That Cares helpline is offered to the public free of charge in English and in Hindi. The Voice That Cares number is 8448 844845. It runs from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. The Voice That Cares initiative is jointly offered by the Ripples of Change Foundation and Heartfulness Institute. Please spread the word amongst your friends and relatives so that anyone who needs mental health support can find a voice that cares.